Welcome everyone. Well, it seems we're not quite done with the Kavanagh business, are we? You know, more keeps coming out every day. So this is just a quick video as a top up. So apparently 50 Yale faculty members have written an open letter saying they support an FBI investigation into this man. Not something they do lightly, not something they do often, like never. That's interesting. But another story that's got buried in the avalanche, I don't know how many of you have caught up with this, but there are 6 judiciary members who are prepared to give evidence saying that Kavanagh covered up for the sleazy judge, Judge Kadinsky. They have email evidence, they're prepared to testify, and they've been threatened, which would indicate they have the goods. So the first part of this very quick video is to just get into that a bit. Is Kavanagh, or has he covered up for yet another sex predator apart from himself? So, did Kavanagh cover up for Kadinsky? And will this come out? The cover up for Kadinsky. The cover-up for Kadinsky. Nice man. All right. Oh, the bats are out. Okay. Oh, sorry, viewers. Sorry. I'm not keeping it from you. Just how the mind works. So, the Ace of Wands. The bats are here. The Sword of Truth in conventional tarot. But the bats are casting an energy that there's more to this story. There is a more sinister element to this story. There's the Jester of Wands, also known as the Spy. Interesting. I think Kavanagh was fully aware of what went on and was part of it. I think it answers that question. But the next part of the question too is, will it come out? Here we have the card of the past, things coming out of the past, relating to the past. Well, he's had a bit of that this week, has he not? Yeah, and the Magician card. The Magician card, which is a very strong card, it's a major arcana card. So the Magician can work for good or evil, obviously. So let's just see if we get a clarify. Ooh, the Death card on the Magician. I think this issue, the covering up for the sleazy judge, could be the one that does him in. Oh, how fascinating, viewers. Right, now what I want to do, God, my hair keeps falling in my face, sorry guys. How's this impacting on Kavanagh's marriage? It can't be that pleasant for his wife, this sort of detail. And I'm sure she sort of knows too. These were ugly frat guys, right? These were guys running bras and panties up the flagpole. And the worst thing, the frat house that he chose of all of them, which was known as the worst, would go outside women's dorm and chant no means yes. I mean, how depraved, viewers. How awful. Anyway, now the shoe's on the other foot. As this stuff gains momentum, how's the Kavanagh marriage? And how's Kavanagh explaining this to his daughters? You know, oh, Daddy wasn't really a rapist. She was asking for it. Yeah, right. Go right ahead with that, Papa Kavanagh. No. So what's happening with the Kavanagh marriage? Kavanagh marriage. All right. Yeah. No. I think this is the daughters, actually. Yeah, it's taking its toll. This card, the Nine of Tides, there's an innocent child there. This could be Dr. Ford as a 15-year-old, but I think maybe because I was just talking about his daughters, in a way, this is hitting a bit closer to home for him as they get, because I think his eldest daughter must be, I don't know, 11, 12 or something, not a million miles from this. So I think his wife is putting two and two together and going, you know what, she wasn't much older than our girl. In his past, he's got the son. He managed to, you know, have this very successful career, despite being the sort of crude frat boy he's gone on like they all do. You think of these guys who are just animals at university and they go on to become senior members of the judiciary. So anyway, he had the son in his past. Now it's a different story. The mask comes off. The Stranger of Fire. The mask comes off. Interesting. His Mr. Nice Guy mask has slipped. And then this card, the Four of Wands, this figure is slightly, you know, sort of, well, not slightly, is isolated. And he's gone from his sunny potential, right? The mask has slipped. And now he's cut off. The Four of Wands, winds are swords, and that's traditionally the retreat card. He might withdraw. I'd like to think so, but in my gut, I'm thinking probably not. But again, this bears out what all of us, clairvoyants, channelers, psychics, tarot readers, astrologers have been saying. This isn't a successful nomination long term. He will either be stopped and isolated, or he won't go full term, let alone life. You know, it keeps coming up. This same story keeps coming up, that he's just not a lifetime appointment. But he's an awful man, I think worse than we thought. I didn't like him just because he was so conservative. A bit like Pence, I think with Kavanagh, they both left the Catholic Church because it wasn't conservative enough. Now, I'm sorry, if you don't find the Catholic Church conservative enough, you are off in real la-la land. So there we go. That's the little update on Kavanagh. And I'll be back with you real soon. Now, the other news. My interview with Kirsten won't be up till November, sadly. Hopefully it's worth the wait. But we did do a joint card reading, and it will be up on her channel next Thursday, and I will leave the link for you. All right, guys. Bye now.